What, do you like to fish or what?
Heck yeah, bro. I love to fish. The only thing is that I can never find good fishing spots, man. Where I live, I can never find any good fishing spots.
Don't worry, bro. I can show you. I use an app called Google Earth Pro. I can teach you exactly how to use
Dude,
it.
if you could please show me that, that would be a great help for me, man.
All right, man. Yeah, I can show you. Come on, let's go. I'll show you,
Sweet, bro. I appreciate that. Let's go, man. Alright guys, so basically what you're going to want to do to start using the application here is you're going to want to download, first if you don't have it downloaded, you're going to want to download Google Earth Pro here where my mouse is hovering. You just got to go onto Safari or Google, whatever you're using, just download this straight to your computer, and then you would basically just open it up. I already have it open in that case. In my case, I already have this app open. So I'm just going to open it up for you guys. Now, don't mind my screen here. It's just going to be in the way a little bit, but there's no way I could make it smaller. This is about as small as I can get it. But basically is you're going to input just a zip code in the area you live in or whatever. So in my case, let's just do... let's just look up for this zip code since I live in Fort Worth. And so then the map itself will zoom in to the area. And then once you're on the map, you can use this drag around here. So in this case, this lake here is actually Marine Creek is what I'm hovering over here. This is the lake that I fish a lot with Loki Angler. This lake here. Lake Worth is the other lake that I really want to figure out. And it's really cool, man. It has a Fort Worth Nature Preserve Center. So just kind of the features of just Google Earth. You know, you can kind of scroll around and see, just find the body of water. This is Eagle Mountain Lake here. And normally I always launch, I want to stay somewhere around this area here. I think this is like Shady Grove Park right here. Let's see if I hover over it, if it says anything. Probably not. So I think this is Shady Grove Park here. You can zoom in. Yeah, see, there you go. So you can zoom in really well. I normally launch off of this area here, and I work my way around into here. This area here holds a lot of gar, guys. But once you start heading back up into this creek arm, there's a whole bunch of bass in there, nice sized ones. This cove here has a whole bunch of trees and things like that. But just let's take into account. So say you wanted to fish Eagle Mountain Lake, right? Or if you know the spot or whatever, you're not trying to find any spots or whatever, but we'll get into like finding any spots. But anyway, say you like know a spot or you found a new spot that you want to kind of see, you can basically zoom into the lake and you'll see the different, like you'll see different shades of the color on here. Like this right here is just like a boat, a whole bunch of docks, things like that. But let's start off up here at Pelican, what is it? Shady Grove Park here, my bad. Normally this is where I launch. So a good feature of this is, so if you look at this carefully, guys, you can see that basically it is a little beach area here, just kind of like a little creek arm in here. This here is all down timber. It's all dried up trees and stuff like that. It's really good fishing hiding spots. But check this out, guys. So normally when you're kayaking, I hear you kayak straight across and then you loop right up in here to get up in there. But you can see clearly how there's like a deep channel right here, and it goes, I mean, if you were to come out here, you could start fishing this area here. This area here is pretty deep, and then fish your way dead center of this. This is a nice deep hole right here. You can fish this side of the drop off, this side of the drop off, and just work your way in. After that, you got like a nice dock back here that you can fish, and then you can just keep following this creek arm way up here. I don't know exactly how far it goes, but I know it goes really, really far, guys. But that's just to kind of show you. But you can also go back in time and figure out if, you know, you can kind of figure out how the lake has changed as far as the water levels. And it might even show you guys anything on the screen here of what it used to look like back in the day. So basically right now it's 2021. So when the last picture was taken. And you can slowly start scrolling back up here, guys. Check this out. So the lake will start changing. And I know for a fact that this one has a big change just because I've already done this before prior to fishing this lake. So check that out. 2015 and 2014, guys. This is the park. This is the beach area here, technically, if you look at it carefully. Now it's covered, obviously. So this gets covered with water. So now you know that the deepest section in here, it's right around this area. So it looks like this used to be like a pond here. And then the actual lake would only reach here. So it kind of shows you what's going on. And then remember we're talking about how you can fish the deep section that feeds up into the creek arm. This is the creek arm right here, guys. Right here. This is it. Look how there's barely any standing water up in here. So you can follow this and then it follows straight off of here. Think about that. So this right here kind of shows you that it's kind of coming up towards that deep section there. So when I was telling you you could fish the deep sections here, I would want to focus in here. I would want to focus anywhere in here. Definitely focus around this area here. This would be a good spot right here just because it's a nice cut right there. So alright, if me off the top of my head, you can, it also lets you drop pins, guys. So you can add a pin. Let's say pinch point. Boom. Okay, cool. Would also focus right here. And also if you kind of follow it around, you'd be able to focus all of this area. So it's just things like that you want to keep an eye out on. So like check this out. So even if you go over here to Pelican Island is what I was thinking about. If you start moving this date like now to now, it's all underwater, guys. So if you go back to 2014 when it wasn't underwater, check that out. You got like a little pond here that's pulling up. This is a deep spot. This is a deep spot. And this is a deep spot. Now you know if you go and you stand directly on top of it with your kayak or with your boat and you cast straight down, there's a whole bunch of stuff down here. I guarantee you that you'll be able to, to maneuver, and you know that there's structure there. I know there's like a wall and stuff like that that comes all the way around. Like these docks now, they're all underwater now. Like that, see? And there's like a retaining wall, a seawall that goes all around here. So you kind of know, you'll learn how and what structure is there. Sometimes you won't be able to get like a good idea about how steep this place is, but gives you a fair idea of things. Anyway, say you want to, I don't know, find a new spot. So let's go back to time. We'll just put it to the present here. Here, let's try another zip code that's pretty close to me. We can try this zip code here. Hit search. And it's gonna move you around a little bit. So this area here is like Benbrook, basically. And so if you're kind of familiar with this dog park here is actually where I take my dogs. It is now a dog park, guys. But anyway, so this is what it looks like now. Normally I park around this area here, and there's some ponds, but these are inside of the dog park area. But anyways, like say I just lived over here somewhere and I didn't know if there's anything near me. I go on Google Earth, type in my zip code, boom, and then you can kind of point out where the water is at fairly easy. Just kind of scroll around the map in your area and you'll find them. But there's like these ponds back here. I fished these ponds before, and I mean this date here, guys, it goes super far back, like. And you can kind of see how these ponds have been changing. These might not change so much just because they're like golf course ponds. But, I mean, look how far it goes back. This is like, there was snow on the ground here in 2019. But, right here you can kind of see a little bit of the change. It looks like it's a little bit low in this area and things like that. That's how you'd be able to find different spots near you. There is way more spots or way more different things you can do. I know there's a little lake up here somewhere. I can't remember where exactly it is, but I know it's somewhere up here. It's not. It's not so hard to. Oh, here it is. So I've actually fished this lake here too, guys. But let's just take this into case right here. I've actually parked right here. So, say for instance, this one, you find it and you want to do a little bit of research on it. You can start scrolling back, kind of figure out, trying to find a good picture, kind of see when the lake was the lowest. It gives you a little bit better of a picture of things. But see, obviously, the further back you go, some of these pictures aren't the greatest, but some of them you will definitely. Like it goes 1985. Wow. 95, 2001. You could also like click this and it'll scroll you through the years where they took pictures of it. My computer's a little slow, guys, but this is kind of what you would use to just to figure out little spots on the lake. And you'll be able to see how the lake changes and things like that, like this one here. You can kind of see like difference in the colors. And that just means that the water's a little bit more shallower in those areas as opposed to the darker tones in the water. So for instance, check this out. Here's a good picture. I come to this lake for the first time. I don't know what I'm doing. I park here and I launch, right? I'm fishing all this area here. For instance, here's 2013. Just keep in mind this tree right here and this right here, maybe this bush here. And then you scroll to 2021. This is barely above water. So now you know if you go out there, see like right here, that same tree is underwater here and a little bit of here. So you go out to the lake and you remember like, oh, there's a bush over here. You show up and you can't see a tree over here. You can go here and this spot would probably be really productive for you just because you kind of know that there's something underwater that's basically cover for the fish. So that's another spot there that you could use. And I mean, there's just tons and tons of spots. Like, let's take into account, I don't know, let's see. Let me just put my hometown. Medford, Oregon. This is where I was born, guys. So, say I'm traveling from Texas, where I live now, all the way back to where I live, where I was born. And I travel often, but I'm like, oh, sweet, let me travel over there and let me go fishing. Obviously, there's not a lot of bass fishing out there, guys. They're known for trout. But say I'm traveling to Medford, right? And I'm like trying to just figure out random things that I can try to figure out to see if I could fish. So I'm in an unknown area right now. Obviously, it's my hometown, but I don't really know it that well. And I'm just trying to figure out spots to fish. So I can go here like, oh, if this golf course was to allow me to fish, I could fish these little spots here. And you can just kind of scroll around. This looks like a little creek here for a second. This here looked like it used to hold water. Yeah, see, it kind of shows water in there. But it's not so much water. You can keep scrolling. I know I-5 is like the main highway that runs up and down, and it has some water around it. Like here, oh, there's a little creek, so you could technically use it to. Well, there's a creek here. Let me figure out if I want to fish this or if I can. I don't know if this is a great spot out there in Oregon, but it's just one of those things where if you don't know where you're going, you can definitely figure something out and find something out. You know what I mean? So it's nice knowledge to have, and good technology. Like, oh, I know that Google Earth can point some things out for me. Like here, this was a little creek right here. Yeah, Bear Creek right here. And then this is just a pond right here, guys. Look at that. We found a pond. So you can hear bird watching, whatever that is. I wonder what park this is. There you go. You can click on it, and somebody's been here obviously, and they took a picture of it. So this is kind of what the pond would actually look like, which is pretty cool. That there's pictures of these places out there. Honestly, I hadn't used that feature yet, But you can go back, like I said, and scroll back and kind of see different, you can see it in different stages. Obviously, it looks like this is all barren now. Trying to figure out. Actually, guys, this recently there was a fire in Oregon, and that's the aftermath of it. You can see it on the Google Earth, like it's nice and green, and now it's straight barren. So the wildfire actually took out a whole bunch of things. I mean, yeah, that's what it is. Look at all these trees, guys. It's pretty crazy and devastating for the state of Oregon, but there's more ponds up here. Check that out. This is a giant pond right here. So there's a picture there. I don't know where this is or what it is, but there's a giant pond there. Look at this. There's giant ponds here, guys. So this is just really cool to be able to just check them out. So this is my recommendation to you guys. If you guys have a hard time trying to figure out any fishing spots or trying to find just new spots around you in general, get Google Earth Pro on the computer. Now the date and stuff like that will only work on the computer. So just do it on the computer. Do your research way before you go out and do anything. And this right here will definitely save you a lot of time when you go out there, and kind of just teaches you the basics and how to figure things out, guys. So I hope this video helped, guys. So yeah, that's my tips for you guys on how to use Google Earth Pro. Alright guys, we're back. As you can tell, I had to show him how to use the Google Earth application on the computer. If you liked the video, I know it's short and quick, please drop a like down below. Is there anything you'd like to add on to this, bro? No, man, the only thing I'd like to add is y'all better go down below and y'all better subscribe to this channel. This channel is awesome, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button for my boy here. He taught me a great deal about this app here so I can maximize my time out on the water. Hope you guys liked the video, and until next time, y'all keep on fishing.